Twitch went from having Post Malone playing Call of Duty,
Oh, I just wiped their whole team.
Drake playing Fortnite with Ninja,
Drake, every time you get a kill, the entire chat is just saying God's plan.
to streamers like Silk are scamming hundreds of thousands of dollars to his followers just to end up losing all his money on gambling. Twitch doesn't feel the same anymore, but it wasn't always like this.
We started the company at the end of 2006, then lasted for about 6 months of us trying to make our own web reality show. And most people nowadays don't even remember. They're like, what was Justin TV? They don't know.
Before Twitch, it was Justin.tv, which was made up of only one channel that live casted the boring life of co-founder Justin Khan. All viewers could do at the time was watch and comment on his life via its public chat room. Surprisingly, it was a hit, and thousands of strangers would tune in just out of curiosity to see what Justin was doing. Just 4 days after launch, he would receive his first police raid when one of his viewers reported that there was a stabbing in his apartment. Sort of like what happens on Twitch now, but we'll talk about that later. The next day, another viewer reported a fire, and then 6 fire trucks showed up. His day was definitely getting more exciting, and this was the type of publicity he needed. Justin later switched to streaming every aspect of his life, from dates to traveling to business meetings. Eventually, anyone could live stream, and Justin.tv was becoming massive. By July 2008, it reached 1 million registered users. But everything wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. The team was having trouble policing people, so inappropriate content was streamed, from robberies to copyrighted material, and on November 2008, the suicide. They pushed on and kept going and growing, but problems kept coming. 2009, CEO Siebel testified in front of a House Judiciary Committee on Sports Piracy. 2011, the UFC filed a lawsuit against illegal streaming. On June 2011, Justin.tv launched Twitch. The main focus was to live stream video games, which would remove almost all copyright issues. Twitch.tv was now the main focus, and acquisition was on the table. Google offered $1 billion, but the deal fell through. Yahoo offered $1.25 billion, but the deal fell through. Amazon offered $1.2 billion. And on August 25th, 2014, Jeff Bezos bought Twitch for $970 million.
So what happens next?
It is now 2017. Fortnite just hit the scene and is becoming massive. More and more people would flock to Twitch and start streaming. By the end of the year, Summit1G, Lyric, and AmaCutiePie would remain supreme as the top 3 watch streamers. But it wouldn't last long. With the Fortnite craze, Ninja was starting to make an appearance. He was already playing Halo 3 professionally back in 2009, so making a switch to different games was easy. This would go on to be a big year for Twitch, growing roughly 86% from 2017 to 2018. Pokimane and Tim the Tatman were variety streamers that blew up during this time, along with Sweet Anita. In March 2018, Ninja grew to over 3 million followers. Later that month, he would go on to set a record for the largest concurrent audience while playing Fortnite with Drake, Travis Scott, and Juju Smith-Schuster. He was killing it, making millions and inspiring so many others to become streamers. With that growth also came the eventual changes. Even though Twitch became the go-to platform for gaming, they didn't want to let IRL content take the back seat. They started implementing new tags and categories for streamers. This way, it's easier to find non-gaming streams like cooking. This was also the year when female streamers would have some problems. Twitch did its best to moderate appropriate behavior and implemented a dress code. Some viewers still trolled some female streamers to report them for community guidelines, even if they did nothing wrong. Pokemon did a live stream without makeup, and the internet went crazy, saying she catfished him and that she's ugly. No one looks good 24/7, and a lot of things can affect someone's appearance. We're all only human, so let's be kind to one another. Y'all who are hating on Pokimane's face without makeup are just little boys hiding behind anime photos who have to put others down because you're insecure about yourselves. For a decade, I hated my bare face because of people like you. Grow up and treat people with more kindness. Despite the drama, Twitch was in its golden era. Gaming was mainstream, and so was Twitch, so competitors like Mixer didn't stand a chance. They filled a gap in the market. They had a blue ocean strategy. In a time when the internet prevailed, people were lonelier than ever and desperate for human connection. The reason Twitch was so popular is because people were real. When you hopped on Twitch to watch your favorite streamer, it was like connecting with a friend. People found on Twitch what they lost on YouTube, creating a better community between creators and viewers. This is what separated them from YouTube and other platforms that try to follow in their footsteps. 2019 wasn't very promising for Twitch. They remained stagnant for viewership hours throughout each quarter and then dipped in Q4. This was the opposite for competitors, as YouTube and Facebook seemed to be catching up slowly but surely. To top it all off, Microsoft ended up taking Ninja from Twitch to Mixer. They signed a contract worth $50 million. 2020 was a depressing time. With quarantine in place, people were forced to stay in their houses with nothing to do, but it would go on to be a massive year for content creators. Since everyone was home, streaming services like Netflix, HBO, Disney+, along with Twitch, gained massive popularity. This was the moment when Twitch would hit its peak, but also when Twitch would change forever. With people stuck at home, hours upon hours of content would be watched, and it didn't matter what the streamer was doing. They could be playing League of Legends, cooking, or just talking to the camera. So why would they put more effort into their content if people didn't care? They would be getting the same amount of subscribers and donations just by pressing record and talking. Just chatting was the #1 category in December 2020 with over 204 million hours watched. Fortnite came second with 81 million hours. Meanwhile, Ninja wasn't having the best time at Mixer. He never got the traction he had hoped for and failed to bring his audience, so he returned to Twitch. This would also be the year they shut down. Goodbye, Mixer. With the return of Ninja, it looked like things were looking up, but in reality, he wasn't having the same fame or viewers as before, and all the effort he used to put into his streams was slowly disappearing, a sign of what was coming to Twitch. Now that Mixer was gone, Twitch only had one true competitor left, YouTube. They came for blood and weren't gonna let Twitch win, and you know what they say, money talks. By the end of 2020, Valkyrie, Laserbay, Mooselek, and Dr. Disrespect left. But how is YouTube getting these big streamers to come onto their platform exclusively? YouTube offered things that Twitch didn't. Financial security. YouTube offered streamers guaranteed income, basically like a salary. This way they didn't have to worry solely on donations or subs for their money. YouTube listened. Twitch had been unfair with bans in the past and didn't listen to streamers' advice, but YouTube was different. As Valkyrie puts it, the YouTube team is very attentive, supportive, and listens to feedback. Relevancy. YouTube has been a content giant for years, and if streamers want a chance of building a bigger community, YouTube is the answer. They can stream, upload videos, create community posts, and sell merch all on one platform. By the end of 2021, Dr. Lupo, Tim the Tatman, and Ludwig left. YouTube took some of the biggest streamers, but it turns out it wasn't that bad for Twitch. Twitch had an average of 2.78 million concurrent viewers in 2021, a 31% increase on 2020. 22.8 billion hours of Twitch were consumed by viewers. So how could this be? Turns out half of the top 10 most watched streamers in 2021 were non-English speakers. 806.9 million hours watched came from English-speaking streamers. 686.1 million hours watched came from Portuguese, German, and Spanish-speaking streamers. And to this day, ranks 1, 2, and 4 are taken up by Spanish-speaking streamers, with XQC at number 3. Just chatting was one of the top categories, and it felt like streamers were changing. Aiden Ross became famous by streaming NBA 2K, and this led him to do a stream with Brony where LeBron James joined the call.
It's LeBron?
But Aiden's a smart guy, and he didn't stick to 2K and started to collab with Zayas. After this, he would invite a lot of rappers to his house to play some music and freestyle while being his sus self. The most memorable freestyle would be with Tony Lanez, and if you haven't seen it already, I would highly recommend it. Stake.com started to sponsor many of the big Twitch streamers such as XQC and Trainwreck TV, and apparently, gambling can be very lucrative, as Trainwreck claims to have generated more than $360 million by promoting gambling for 16 months. But turns out, these streamers didn't even risk their own money and instead used credits that the gambling house gave them. This means more money to gamble with, leading to massive losses and massive wins.
Oh my god!
On the other side of Twitch, we had the hot tubs, which are literally girls in bikinis promoting their OnlyFans. Considering viewers of any age can watch, this was the perfect mix for a toxic bomb. While Twitch was permabanning streamers like Dr. Disrespect with no explanation, people like Amaranth were happily moaning in a mic while being practically naked. This is when the drama would happen. Amaranth claimed she was being abused and forced to do hot tub streams. Miskiff DMs were being exposed by Ice Poseidon. To top it all off, Twitch had changed their revenue model. They historically had a 70-30 split in favor of the streamer, but ended up changing it up to the first $100,000, then a 50-50 split. Twitch does not find themselves creator focused anymore, it's business focused. It wasn't just streamers that were affected. Viewers weren't liking the changes either. Viewers had to sit through a full 2 to 3 minute ad in the middle of the stream with no opportunity to come back and see what happened during that time. If I don't play enough ads, Jeff Bezos literally comes to my stream and pushes the ad button. Then there's the bans.
I just got banned on Twitch.
By the end of 2022, Saikunu, Lily Pichu, Myth, FaceSwag, and Fusile left. This was also the year that Twitch saw a sharp decline in growth. 7% less viewers, 13% less channels. Twitch just doesn't feel the same anymore. But maybe that's a good thing, and it could be a learning lesson to do better and improve.